Ready to take your product or business to the next level? Imagine getting in front of a national audience, millions of potential backers ready to invest in the next big thing.
Okay, so that is cool.
Welcome to Go Fund Yourself, the groundbreaking TV series that connects innovative entrepreneurs with the crowdfunding they need.
I just did my Go Fund Yourself pitch, and I feel exhilarated.
Man, these guys are really supportive. Truly feel their heart is with the small business helping us out.
The Titans ask actually a lot of questions that I wasn't even thinking about.
It's an incredible, life-changing opportunity.
With national distribution, we put you and your vision in front of potential investors, customers, and crowdfunding supporters nationwide.
Go Fund Yourself can help you tremendously to get that thing going forward faster.
The experience itself is phenomenal.
And I think it's going to be a game changer for us.
This, by far, has been the biggest, most important experience that I've had while fundraising.
I think it's going to be huge.
Join us on Go Fund Yourself and let's bring your business to life.
I am stoked.
Get in touch and scan that code.
Scan that code.
Scan that code.
Just scan that code.
With Go Fund Yourself, it's very equity crowdfunding focused, so you're raising millions of dollars from thousands of people. We raised about $150 million for my own companies through equity crowdfunding. So go fund yourself.
Well, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Rory Cutaia, and with me, I have the pleasure of being with Jayson "Bam Mam" Waller and David, the Coach Master Meltzer. So thank you, guys. We are the Titans, and this is the season wrap-up of Season 1 of Go Fund Yourself.
Oh, you say it so good.
Oh, I love saying it. You know, Jace, it's very good to see you. I wish you were here in the studio with us because, man, do we have fun when we're doing this show. So how you been, buddy? How's it going? You excited for this?
I'm super excited. I got to see all the clips. Season 2 launch, baby. I'm jacked. My brothers are there together. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you guys, but that's what's cool about technology. That's what's cool about these companies raising capital, crowdfunding, being able to change their lives and the viewers' lives. It's so exciting.
Dave, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. I just always am amazed doing so many pieces of content and entrepreneurship in funding, pitching, all the shows that we've been involved in together. For me to complete Season 1 and see all of the different improvements that have been made as Season 2 has evolved is an incredible experience, one, but huge opportunity. It's my dream to be able to have a show that doesn't have a false facade of funding. There's nothing more real. When, you know, being in sports for so long, understanding sports is the original reality TV. It's still the most successut reality TV
By the way,
show.
I don't mean to interrupt, but you are being around sports. You don't actually play sports. So let's let everybody know. You're not the athlete here. You're the, you know. Oh,
Yeah, considering
Bam,
considering I was the only college athlete of the three of us, I understand. But I've been in the business of sports for so many years, and I know the jealousy of Bammer over there. Well, even in the launch, we can't get through this long enough.
Jealous.
But in this long train of thought that I had, it's really powerful to have something without the false facade of funding. One of the things I didn't like about my other shows and shows that I participated in is it's not real. And there's nothing more real than Go Fund Yourself. People are there. The questions are real. The answers are real, but the funding is real. It's not, well, afterwards you didn't vet out properly. We got to change the deal or we can't do the deal. And do your own due diligence to see how real some of these other shows are when it comes to funding.
Mm-hmm.
If you want the real deal, if you want real funding and an extremely educational program, Go Fund Yourself directly will allow companies to succeed and be capitalized in its fairest way.
So I agree with and echo everything that you've said, including you, Jayson "Bam Man." So look, here's the
agree
thing.
that I mean, are we calling Dave an athlete though? I mean, maybe when, but I mean, do you agree with me here?
David has his own
Calling me an athlete is like
athleticism. There's no question about
calling me an athlete.
I mean, is golf might make you an athlete.
I can't do those splits.
Can you do the splits there?
I cannot do the splits, but I can do a
Okay,
bam kick. Can you do the bam kick?
No.
Okay.
This is why we're a team. But anyway, for those of you watching this right now and the craziness that happens, this is really all about the issuers, the entrepreneurs, the companies. And what drives all of us is that through our careers, we've met so many entrepreneurs, so many businesses, heard so many pitches, have seen and heard so many different ideas. And so many have been so incredible that they deserve to be exploited, to be brought to the forefront, to be brought to market. And so many don't ever have that opportunity. So what this is really about is them. Those people that are born with the entrepreneur spirit. It's in their DNA. And all they need is the exposure. All they need is that opportunity to tell their story to the masses. And that's what we're here. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here about. And when we have companies that appear on the show and they make their pitch, what's important for everyone watching this to know is it doesn't just stop there. The show doesn't end. We don't finish the shooting for the day and then we go home and say, see you later. Good luck. I hope you raise some money. It doesn't end there. I mean, some of them that are on right now, no, I personally follow up with them and figure out how can we add value. I know David and Jayson do the same thing. When you're a guest on this show and you've made your pitch, we want you to succeed. We get so many shows and entrepreneurs that want to be on, and honestly, some of them they're just not ready yet. It's just not. They're not going to get any benefit from it. They'd be better off waiting. But for those that we've selected to be on, we want you on because we want to help and we believe we can help, whether it's some personal relationship that we have, whether it's access to certain resources that we believe that you'll need that could be helpful to you. And it doesn't stop there. Right, Dave?
Absolutely. I just got off of a podcast with one of our guests today, and I know Jayson in his podcast as well has had multiple guests to help amplify, not go fund yourself, the actual deal. And when you hear from the entrepreneurs today, you'll see the support that they're given, not just by the show, not just by the different platforms that are available, but the Titans themselves giving advice, helping to facilitate introductions to other types of distribution, marketing, sales, and even more financing that is available. And so I spend a lot of my day helping all the different companies that are participating in Go Fund Yourself. And I know Jayson and you as well, I've referred and you've referred back so many different people that we've worked with and said, hey, Rory, who do you know? Or Jayson, would you mind doing this for this company? I mean, despite his looks, Jayson ran $1 billion company. And, I'm a big fan of his and I show my love by teasing him all the time. But that's a wealth of knowledge, especially today when you think about the tax credits, in the issues that exist within solar, within what I call in-home sales, because it's not just solar that Jayson has experience with. Anything that's done within owning the customer, owning a homeowner, security, solar, we saw some other even roofing, flooring, paint, all of those different industries and careers. There's very few guys who have had $1 billion companies and have that experience. So I think the experience of you and Jayson, along with everyone else that's participating, is the true value beyond being able to go fund yourself.
There's no question. What we bring, and Jayson can absolutely attest to this, we bring in the trenches experience and wisdom. And that is, we're not hired guns, we're hired CEOs, and we're getting some, massive salary to just show up and be the face of the company and, and have 1 million reports. No, we have lived in the trenches and built our businesses. Jace, talk a little bit about your background.
Yeah. So, I didn't go to college. Dave's right. I feel like I'm an athlete, though. Dave's wrong. I feel like my looks are pretty good. I'm pretty overly confident. I think the looks are okay.
Overweight or overconfident?
Yeah, both. So I'm just a true entrepreneur. I like to build things from the ground up. I like to bootstrap. I like to know all the parts of the different parts of my business, whether it be marketing, sales, construction, installation, production, the operational side, the CRMs, the technology. I like to know it all so I can be a good leader to my leaders and be able to help them mesh together, because everybody's got a certain skill set. So you got to surround yourself with a great team, which brings me to why I love working with you guys and partnered with you guys. And you guys are like brothers to me, and we're all close friends and been mentors in different ways and avenues of my life and in business. That it's important because each one of us are completely different. but we all have the same synergy, the same goal in life. It's exciting that where our backgrounds are and how we're entrenched into our business, how we can mesh together and really help these issuers and help these viewers and people that want to invest and really try to change their lives, an opportunity to see and ask those questions and see what's going on with those companies. So it's exciting.
Absolutely. And while I believe companies are coming to us and they want the exposure because they're trying to raise capital, what they learn after being on and responding to a lot of the questions that we pose and bringing our background and our respective experience and wisdom, they need more than just capital. And we strive really to provide that, whether it's introductions or other resources that we can bring, to the extent we can use our own internal resources for marketing and help them get their message out. We try and do that. Again, our objective is for these companies to succeed. Look, some companies, one in particular, before they left the studio after filming, the show didn't even air. There were people in the studio that committed to make a fairly sizable investment in the business. But look, in the spirit of complete transparency and honesty, it's important to realize that this is not a guarantee. Not every company that comes on is going to raise money. That's just a reality. We can help, and we do, and we make our own investments directly.
We're the platform. Right, Rory, we're giving them the opportunity. We're giving them the knowledge. We're giving them, the platform to be able to voice their business, to share their ideas, to share what's going on. But it's their job to present well. It's their job to be prepared. And you're right. So we talk about some are singles, some are doubles, some are home runs, some aren't good. That's just the way it is.
We can't predict with any reasonable degree of accuracy which message, which pitch is going to resonate with the viewing public. We don't know. We go with our gut. We believe that these are companies that deserve to be funded, and we will do our best to help them out. So I don't want to give anyone that's watching the impression, hey, try to get on the show because you're going to get funding. It doesn't really work that way. I think that what we provide is something that every single company that needs to raise capital needs, and that is exposure. And more than exposure, what we do through our questioning and comments to the presenting issuers is we draw out those salient facts that we believe, if they are highlighted and exploited a bit more, will make it easier for them to get their value proposition out in front of the investing public.
And on an entertainment purpose, real quick, sorry, for the purpose of entertainment, it is entertaining because there are some that come on and it's like,
you're on it.
Yeah, well, and because you and me are on it, because I'm a little taller than you, like maybe I don't know. So, but it is exciting. There's the entertainment value if you're going to, and it's all real, nothing scripted. This is what's great about the show. But things kind of can turn sideways sometimes. Not bad for an issuer, but like the conversation of what's going on and something I may see compared to what David sees, compared to what Rory sees, or our guest Titan sees in this business, in the communication. And
we don't always agree.
Yeah, we don't know. It's surprising.
I want to touch on what Rory said about the funding aspect and beyond the possibility of funding up to $5 million in a Reg CF, a crowdfunding opportunity. There's three real components that a lot of the people out there really need to understand. Is one, Jayson, you touched on this. This is a once in a lifetime experience. Mm-hmm. And in today's world, the virtual world that we live in, it's very rare to find these valuable experiences. That's why people are paying so much money for certain experiences that exist. If you see all the retail stuff going on, it's all about experiences more than retail selling clothes anymore. You just see all these lucky strikes and F1 experiences, things like that. Right. So this is a very unique experience. Two, unsurpassed business development, whether it's in the green room, in the studio, or outside.
Really important. Things yes, absolutely. Yeah. And that should be clear. When you come on the show and you come onto the set, you're not just coming onto a vacant space with three guys sitting there. There's a room filled with other entrepreneurs, investors, other people that you will meet as you're on set. and the opportunities that flow from that are really, really quite extraordinary.
Yeah. And then the last part, which I've utilized and I never thought I would have the opportunity, is understanding the content that we produce. So there is actually pre-production content that is invaluable. There's the production content, which is distributed on Cheddar and other national exposed amplified methodologies. But then there's a perpetual post-production content aspect. And this creates a social silo for your company, because eventually there's going to be so much noise out there with content that what most people don't realize is that with this type of bigger stages and bigger people content, that it is a reference point. So when people become aware of your company, they will go to your social, and that will be like the old-fashioned website. That is your true reference point. And the caliber of a multi-million-dollar production, you can't do that. Even in my little studio here, we can't give you that feel. But if I was an investor and I'm looking to use a reference point to understand the credibility of your company and the messaging, to have it fully produced in a multi-million-dollar studio production, I now have a much higher statistical success of that reference point. So if you want an amazing experience, the business development that's unsurpassed, and the full aspect of pre-production and post-production content that is produced at a high level with the bigger stages and the bigger people, that truly, to me, beyond the funding, which is a possibility, that's what Go Fund Yourself brings to the community.
Yeah, I think that's an important point. Jace, among the celebrity and guest Titans that we've had, what would you say is among the most memorable moments?
Savannah Chrisley being a somewhat a passive aggressive. How
would you define passive aggressive?
She was, condescending. She's smart and she's cool.
I love her.
She's a little rough on me on some things, right?
Yeah, crap out of you, as I recall.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm easy to pick on. I've got big shoulders. I can handle it. But I do want to bring up something Dave said that was so important that I never thought about, and I love this, Dave. You're right. Your social is going to be like your website. You're right, and it's so key that you get the opportunity to take this current, and this post-production and utilize that. And it's significant because you're right. That's how people hire now. They don't want to say it. That's how everything is about your social, and your business is social. What do your ads look like? And are there testimonials? And think about this. You get this, not only the opportunity to raise capital and sell some of your product because people see who you are, your service, but it's very moving and credible for your employees. They get super excited that they're a part of something, a movement, something great. And then one thing that Dave forgot to bring up is the food. The food is
that's because I ate it all.
Big. You had a plate that big last week. I'm telling you, wow, you've been working hard, baby. Look at those. And so I got to back off what I'm saying. I didn't know Dave had muscles like that. But that's amazing, right? The staff had a good time with the food.
The food is awesome.
Dave, how about you? Among the guest Titans that we've had on, who would you? What moments with them would you think as some of the most memorable for you?
Although I'm not an athlete, I've been around sports for a long time, and so to have huge heroes there with us,
let's name some of them.
Marshall Falk,
right,
who I think is an incredible business mind.
Yep.
But you're talking about one of the greatest. I think Barry Sanders is up there, brother. But one of the greatest running backs of all time. He's a Hall of Famer, and on multiple episodes. Then you have my MMM champ buddy, Michael Chandler.
Love him.
But I will tell you, the big surprise athlete was recently with Victor.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz was just. I don't know if his episodes have aired yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, they're gonna enjoy him.
They're really gonna enjoy him.
Victor on the side where he's explaining how he knocked La Jolla, like all these things going on were awesome, right? That we were getting in the back room and stuff, and then him being on the show, he was amazing. And I was
a lot of people. Go ahead, Jace.
I was trying to remember who he was, and he was like, "I'm the one who accidentally headbutted Mayweather, and then he sucker
Yeah.
punched me. Like, I was like, oh my God, now I remember. And then I was looking up all his fights while I was sitting there, and I'm like, dude, you're amazing. And then he's telling these stories, and you're right. It's cool. It's cool when you can see guys that used to pay pay-per-view and watch and hope that they go and win, and they come out there.
But also like we talked about this experience. These guys hang out. And they have their families there. We had a young kid, the youngest champion NASCAR driver who doesn't even have a driver's license yet. I asked him not to ruin the show, but my favorite question was, isn't it embarrassing that you have to be driven to the race?
Right. Oh, people are going to love that episode. So that's coming. That's part of season 2.
And it's for charity.
Yeah.
So there's so much philanthropy that goes on the show as well.
Yeah.
Which is another aspect that I really appreciate. You guys giving the investment, giving the time. You'll see there's a lot of businesses that we're going to do well, but do good at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorite moments was with Michael Chandler, and the three of us got together and we said, "Okay, look, I think the three of us could take him." So, remember that? Yeah. So, and somebody had a camera going, so we surrounded him. We surrounded Michael Chandler in the studio, and we said, "Okay, Mike, you're going down," and he unleashed a flying kick at the three of us that was absolutely spectacular. And it was like, okay, I'm not messing with this guy.
It tipped my nose. It tipped my nose.
Oh, I felt the wind go by my nose. Wow. Yeah, it was a fun moment. But these are really, really bright, intelligent business minds, among these athletes. It's really, really very impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
Happy to have them on.
Well, there's more to come. I know
there's a lot more. Yeah.
In the circles of influence that we have together, the athletes, celebrities, entertainers, billionaires, millionaires, and entrepreneurs, my inbox is loaded with, hey, I just saw season 1. Is there any room to be a guest Titan on season 2? So we got a lot of great surprises coming up in season 2.
Oh, major surprises coming, especially for the future of the Go Fund Yourself show. What's come out of season 1 has just been, just overwhelming in a great, extraordinary way. So this is really just the beginning. I can't wait to share with what's coming here. Amazing stuff. Really amazing stuff. So I think we probably want to introduce some of our issues who have been on the show and have given us their time to spend some time with us. And who would like to chat with us first?
Oh, I guess I'll go.
Oh, yes. How are you? Great to see you.
Hi, nice to see you, Rory. Hi. I just first wanted to say I think Go Fund Yourself is so real because you're all real. So all you Titans, when you spoke to me, I listened to the words over and over again, and they just touched my heart. And I've been waiting for years to speak to people like you. So the opportunity, the dress was horrid. Please take it down. But that's better. So it was just amazing, and you're so authentic. So thank you very much. I just wanted to say that right off the start.
Thank you. Well, share a little bit about Monkey Doos. Tell us what your business is about, what you're looking to accomplish, and how anyone that's watching this might be helpful.
Thank you so much. I started it like 25 years ago. I was the first kid salon idea in brick and mortar in the whole entire country. I started it for my son because he didn't like to get a haircut, and I thought kids needed their own spot. Then I expanded to sparkle nails and little mini manicures and little parties, glamour girl parties. I built one. I was married to a dairy farmer that he didn't like the idea that I was out there doing something rather than staying on the farm. So I wasn't very well supported. But people came and they kept on coming. And then I built another one and then another one, and they all did great. And then one day it was all taken away and I never had a place to live. So I'm from Canada and I had to fight to stay in the country, and it was a real battle. And it's been like 20 years. And recently, last year, Monkey Doos is now a franchise. So now we're selling them across the country. The ones that I originally started are still there. They're still making money. It's just a great little business that helps kids, that makes a difference in lives. Like I meet people 20, all these years later. I worked for Harley Davidson. I was the marketing director there, and a girl came that was working for me. She saw my area code on the phone, and she goes, "Oh my God," she said, "you're from Idaho?" I said, "I had a salon there called Monkey Doos." And she started to cry. So it's like, she said, that's why I am what I am and I do what I do. So it's a profitable business that makes a difference in people's lives. So we just share self-esteem, sparkles, and dreams. And that's the tagline. And now more than ever, I think it's important. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Love to hear from you. And
Thank you.
we'll
Thank
continue
you.
to stay in touch, see how we can continue to provide some support, resources. We want to see you succeed.
Thank you. I
Tanner.
really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Tanner, let's hear from you.
Nice to see you guys again. I'm sold on Monkey Doos. If they have
She made me cry, by the way. I didn't get to say that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you made me cry too. So, thank you.
So Tanner, tell us about your business and your experience and how anyone out there might be helpful to you.
I'm a 4-time founder, 3-time author. I started my first company at 18, sold my first company at 21. Freedom Chat is, I think it's the future. It's a new private social messaging app, and we're launching our alpha version. As much as I hate saying beta alpha, but this is our alpha version. It's coming early next week. We've raised collectively since our founding just over $2 million. But what we've been able to do with those $2 million, the features we've been able to develop, we published an encryption analysis white paper on our website. So long story short, we're looking to compete with the largest, most funded companies of all time, whether that be WhatsApp or other messaging apps. There's a real niche for Freedom Chat where people demand absolute privacy, security, and freedom. No surveillance from big tech. Your data is not sold or harvested. We have end-to-end encryption. We don't store messages on our servers, and we have no commercial use of user data. You can also edit, unsend, self-destruct messages. We prevent screenshots. So I'm incredibly excited for the future, not just direct to consumer, what Freedom Chat's doing, but we've signed multiple 6-figure white label deals since being on the Go Fund Yourself show. I'm just incredibly excited what we're doing. The environment's right. Just happy to be able to work on it.
I was very much taken by your vision for this platform and how you've been executing and what this product actually is today. It's extraordinary. I think it's the next big thing in messaging. There's no question in my mind. And one of our, if you don't mind me saying, one of our guest Titans before you even left the studio felt the same way. And so congratulations to you. I really, really have great expectations for where you're going to be 3 months, 6 months, 1 year from now, 2 years from now. I can't even imagine. I think that you're onto something that's incredible. You've got a tiger by the tail, and very excited for you, Tanner.
Well said, Rory. Tanner, that was an amazing show that you came on, and we were all excited about Freedom Chat. I mean, all of us were like, that thing's going to the moon. So we're super excited for you.
I appreciate that. I'll let you guys know when to download the alpha version, and I think you'll be even
I'm
more
excited for the self-destruction messages, right? I just send it, they just explode.
It's pretty cool. You can do that for your images, videos. I mean, how many people's lives have been ruined from an image or video that they send?
Yeah.
Yep, no question about it. And so really, we appreciate you being on. We're going to continue to work with you. Anything that we can do to be helpful, always reach out, and we'll be touching base with you often. Now, for those of you out there that have a mobile device or a laptop and you find yourselves needing to step away from it in a public place for a moment, well, Ryan has the product for you. Ryan, well, tell us about your company, your product, how anyone out there can help you.
Hey guys, nice to see you again. Yeah, I appreciate the intro, Rory. TechLock, we're a new work from anywhere lifestyle brand. We've got 12 products in our portfolio, including LapLock, what Rory's referring to. It's the only bag and laptop locking device in the world that can simultaneously lock both devices or bag, laptop together or independently when you're working in that Starbucks, the WeWork, whatever it may be. As that's our flagship product, we really build an ecosystem of work from anywhere gadgets like the Touch Lock. I know Dave loves this, the Avid Traveler. It's the only biometric padlock on the market that's TSA approved. So that's been going really well since the show. We've gotten into online on Walmart, Target. We're noodling with some other major retailers in the airports retail specialty space. So things are coming along.
Fantastic, Ryan. You deserve it. You've got a great product. All you needed was some exposure, and not you can't stop now. You have to keep getting the message out there. Let people see what this is. Dave, what do you think? I remember you loved it too.
Oh, I love everything, the whole line of products that they have and the SKUs that they distribute. It was interesting because yesterday at my son's football game, the flag side of the sevens, I was with a pilot, and it was interesting because he asked me about TechLock.
Really?
Yeah, from the show, and he's like, Dave, I want some advice. Which one of these things would be useful? What do you use the most? And I was like, you're a pilot, man. You fly he goes, you fly more than I do. And he goes, I've seen your schedule.
Yeah.
And so I'm around this space more than ever. In fact, I'm launching a new podcast called The Well-Oiled Machine with young Nick of Wam to discuss the travel secrets. And we are going to be promoting TechLock in that, because as we went through our calendar and all the different things that we have to do, the amount of time, forget the security of having things lost or stolen, but the amount of time to pack up, send this, charging mechanisms that they have as well. You'd be surprised if you travel how much time you spend trying to find the right spot, or to find and take things and secure them, check them in, put them back in your room. These are daily occurrences for me. So as the stories evolve and the value is accelerated and amplified, TechLock's the leader in this space.
Yeah.
And I want to particularly say that if as a promotional item, I know there's a lot of big sales forces out there that as an advertising tool, because people come up to me when I'm using it, Ryan, and they're like, what the heck is that? And so if I was, in a Microsoft position, for example, my sales guys are out there, and you just brand it with your own company, you're getting a lot of attention and eyeballs. Now, I come from the marketing side of things. There's so many multitudes of value that TechLock has, the functionality, the true function of it, being able to secure your laptop, your phone, the TSA latch that I use. And I also, my favorite charger, I think you got one, my favorite phone charger in the world is the TechLock charger. It folds up into a square. You have two different chargers and your iWatch, your Apple Watch, all in one. So I travel with that instead of three different chargers now. I am able to have one charger that's smaller and it's more effective, and it's a fast charging machine. So Ryan, thanks for helping me out, and anything I can do to help TechLock, let me know.
Appreciate it.
So
I love the testimonial.
One of the nice things that happens for the Titans when we have issuers come in, to the extent they have products, they bring us samples and gifts. So on the day that Ryan came in, and he had a bunch of different samples, and you probably didn't see this, Ryan, but as soon as you walked out and you left a few on the table, the Titans were like, "Wait a minute, give me that. That's mine. Where do you think you're going with that?" Get back here. And
it was like free. It was like free food for Jason.
Yeah, right.
I'm hungry for it.
People saw what those things are. There was a big, quick demand for it. So I've got great expectations for your business too. Jace, remember that?
I do, and they're great products. He has a great business. He promoted it very well on the show. It was super exciting, and I didn't get the one with the three opportunities there, Dave. That's the one I need. I took the other one home, so I need to make sure I should have grabbed that one when we were scavenging at the end. So I
actually ordered extra ones. I know Dr. Lacey Book, Dr. Sean Dill have ordered some for their company as well. So all the different items are great business.
He's frozen, right? It's on me. It's that plate of food he had. He had that giant plate of food before he got on.
We're hearing you, Jace.
It slowed him down. He started talking like,
All right, we're back. Anyway, let's keep going. Now, this next lady, Dave, why don't you introduce her?
Laura Ann.
Yes.
So I'm not going to get back into this argument, but I've been involved as an executive. Some people may even call me a legendary executive in sports, and been around sports business for a long time. Ran the most notable sports agency in the world. Partnered with Warren Moon for years on the marketing side as well with Sports One Marketing, and now have one of the leading sports and entertainment media side of what I do. So I understand the missing niches of sport.
Breaking up a little bit.
So we didn't pay the internet bill. I'm a little short. I invested in Tanner, and I'm waiting for my ROI. No kidding. Alfred, gotta speed it up. Get to beta. I need some feedback. Anyways, but Laura Ann addresses, having fans. My 3 daughters and my wife are super sports fans, and they love to go to sporting events, baseball, football, F1, etc. But there's no women's, like, nice women's clothes to wear
because they're not made for women. They're made for men, and women wear them. That's the niche.
Exactly. And Laura Ann is an expert in this space. Fangirl Fashionista is bringing what's needed to sports. And we had a great discussion today on my podcast about some of the reasons why, because it's so unbelievable to me. I'm like, why is it that no one's doing this?
Yeah.
You still have the same men's clothes being put on women.
Yeah.
That's good.
And that's how you know you have something that's really great. When people say to the entrepreneur, no one's done this before? Why hasn't anybody else come up with this? That's when you know, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then so maybe Laura Ann can give us a little bit more of the subtleties of success of Fangirl Fashionista.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me, you guys. I mean, I echo everyone's sentiment here, where being on the Go Fund Yourself show was like one of the best experiences of my life. So I'm really grateful to have been chosen and to have the platform to talk about this. I want to back up a minute and talk to you, David, about the splits. Like when I saw you do those on the sizzle reel, as a former college athlete myself, I've been practicing those, so I'm catching up to
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
Good. And thank you for recognizing me, Jayson.
So anyway, I'm a veteran of the sports licensing and merchandising industry. I've built merchandise programs for the Olympics and FIFA World Cup. I've worked for Foot Locker. I've worked, for an Olympic Games, for sponsors of Olympic Games, and I've built multi-billion-dollar merchandise programs. And it wasn't until recently that I realized that all the merchandise for women was, pretty ill-fitted, either too big or, not stylish or fashionable, and something that you really would rather sleep in than go outside or go to dinner in. So I just started digging a little bit more into that, talking to the licensing industry folks that I've known for a long time. And, they all agree that there's nothing out there. And I think the reason is what I talked to David about was, it's such a long-standing industry with the same merchandise being in the market for so long that nobody pays attention, and it's just on autopilot, right?
And it makes money. The thing that was interesting that she explained to me, showing how much she knows about the industry, I said, well, why wouldn't someone figure this out that's already selling the stuff? She said, because they make so much money because the license is so valuable that because when you're doing well, nobody's thinking, oh, we could do twice as well.
Right.
There's like,
if it ain't broke, don't fix
exactly.
it. Yeah.
Right. It's that old, like, this is the way we've always done it, and nobody thinks beyond that, right? So
exactly.
But women are women are starting to speak up. Equality is in the market more than ever now. And I mentioned to David, I do my own little focus groups around the streets, and when I see a woman in a cute baseball top, I'm like, hey, that looks great on you. Where'd you get that? And oh, it's my son's. It's a boy's large. Or, oh, I took a scissor to the seams and re-sewed it so it fit. Like, women are doing their own thing to make themselves look good. So the product that's coming out of that is the product that we are originally designing for women, right? So, I know I have something also based on the environment, based on you guys, based on this show, based on my industry, but also based on the traction. I launched under a year ago, and 4 months later, we got a contract with the National Women's Soccer League Players Association. 2 months
Amazing.
after that, I'm now going into contract with the professional world of tennis with Winners Alliance, which is the agency that manages all the professional tennis athletes. Through a friend of mine from my Coca-Cola days, was invited to look at an application for the NHL. So I know that this is something people want and something people haven't seen before. It's just a matter of getting the resources to bring it to market. But
Exciting.
basically it's fashionable, well-fitted merchandise, sports merchandise for female sports fans is what it is.
You know, Laura, I'm excited about this too. I got 2 girls that go to college, one at
Thanks,
Bama, one
Jayson.
at Coastal Carolina, right?
Mhm.
And you're right. My one daughter was in a sorority. They're all cutting the jerseys. There
Yeah.
isn't, and think about this, the college games, like these sororities, they want to look cute. They have to cut up these jerseys.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of opportunity there, but you're right. I remember my daughter talking about, when we had you on the show, I was talking about it. She's like, that would crush it.
Yeah.
She's right. They would crush it. I'm like,
Yeah, that's awesome. And, college students are, the young creative minds to make themselves look good, right? So say your team colors are red, white, and blue, they're buying solid red tops, solid blue, right?
Mhm.
And they're like making it look like a team outfit from Amazon. So it's, they're curating themselves, which is, the lane that we're now in. We have 2 young, amazing, emerging designers that have designed our first collection, and they are in the market of the young minds. So they're keeping an eye on the market, and we're going to market with our first 4 pieces, hopefully to land in September. So yeah, it's really exciting. And I mentioned this on the show. If you guys remember, the mission behind this is to put some money back into the athletes in the women's sports world, right? So the partnerships and the royalties that come out of that are going to go back into helping grow the sport and helping grow the female athlete, business of making more money. So, that's on our minds too. But yeah, I am the biggest sports fan, you guys, and I don't own one piece of sports merchandise. Like that tells you something. I could sit all weekend and watch sports games on TV. I'm like a dude, and I don't own one. I don't own one New York Yankees t-shirt. I don't own one LA Dodgers t-shirt, nothing. So
Dave is sometimes like a dude too. So
and I can buy you Lions apparel because it's going at half price right now.
Hey, am I invited to come to the Rams Lions game this year, Dave?
Yes, always.
No joke on that. We're coming.
You're always invited, but you can win a women's t-shirt.
Jason, I'll make you one. I'll make you a customized t-shirt.
Perfect. I'll take it.
I'll
bring
bring
the girls. Dave's going to have to open up the suite. I'll bring the Wallers. We're going to be
nice.
We're going to be rolling deep.
Love it.
Well, guys, I think we probably need to start thinking about wrapping this up. Jace, final words from you, and we'll move around.
Yeah, so super excited. Season 2's here. Make sure you tune in. If you're a business out there and you want the ability to try to raise some capital, get your brand out there, share your products, build momentum with your team, get some recognition. I love what Dave said. Your social is going to be your website. Go Fund Yourself is that opportunity. I love when I wear the swag and the gear. There's a whole bag of swag coming to my house. Dylan just emailed me a little bit ago. Super jacked. I go to the gym. I shared. Everyone's like, GFY, what is that? And I explain it. Their eyes just light up. So make sure you're part of the show. Make sure you watch the show. Make sure you click the link or scan the code. That's what it's about. When you're watching it, scan that code. I saw it on the preview. Super excited. Season 2 is going to crush it.
Mr. Meltzer.
Go Fund Yourself as a community, and nothing will make you more successful than a community of people that buy from you, invest in you, and sell for you for life. And this platform of experiential business development and content provides a community to everyone of people that are here to help one another, whether it's the Titans, the investors, the participants, and our staff in crews. They're all there to help one another and know people that would help each other. And that exponentiality and the growth of the community and your community and being part of our community will only guarantee you some form of success in your own journey of what you want. So go to @GoFundYourself show, join our community. We could all help one another and know people that can help one another.
And that's really well said. And I think that's the perfect way to describe what Go Fund Yourself is. It is indeed a community. And for those of you who are either contemplating a crowdfunding round or have an active one right now, you need a very broad solution to attract investors. We are part of that. We're not the entire solution, not by any means, but we are an essential part of that solution, and we're really here for you. We have built and are continuing to build an almost cult-like following as this continues to grow. We've heard from people at Cheddar that we may be the #1 show now, and we're just getting started. We've only had 16 episodes, and now we're already in season 2, so it's growing. And in fact, David shared with me the other day, I won't mention names, but he was at an event with 2 of the sharks, 2 of the judges from Shark Tank, who approached him and said, "Hey, we're hearing about this Go Fund Yourself show. Tell us all about it." So, I mean, the word is getting out there, and that's big stuff, guys. And we are here to help. So, if you're interested in any of the entrepreneurs that shared the stage with us today, and would like more information or to make an investment, or any of the other amazing companies that have been on so far in season 1, please go to gofundyourself.show and check out those companies. If you have questions that we can help with, please use that mechanism there to communicate with us. If you have a company and you're interested in making Go Fund Yourself part of your crowdfunding marketing initiatives, please reach out to us. We are here to help. We are dedicated to entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship. That's what makes us tick. So please reach out. Thank you so much for your time today, and we look forward to bringing you some many more amazing companies and opportunities.
Bam.
Bam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.